Yo, still Bills, what's the deal, man? Yo, peep game, man. We gotta get into some shit, man. I'm seeing a lot of shit about my man Roy Jones, man. Like, Mike Tyson is the unofficial GOAT to me. Roy Jones is the official GOAT to me. And I think it's pretty self-explanatory as to why I feel like that. Them two were just phenomenal fighters, man. But I think Roy Jones, I think we need to talk about his attributes outside of the ring, man. I think he's an incredible commentator, an incredible analysis on a fight by fight, on a fight break, on an in-fight breakdown. You dig? He you don't get to the level that you got to and not have a boxing brain. The dude has an incredible boxing brain. It's just Magic Johnson wasn't he was an incredible ball player. He just didn't have what it took to he didn't have what it took to be a coach. It's a skill in coaching, man. Teddy Atlas said it best. You dig? You got skill. I forget exactly how he said it, but some people are made to fight, some people are made to coach. You dig? That's why a lot of the best coaches weren't the best professional fighters. You look at Virgil Hunter. He wasn't. I think he had bouts as an amateur. He didn't have fights as a professional. He didn't have those fights, but he's one of the best coaches around. Freddie Roach never was a world champion. One of the best coaches around. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's a skill in coaching. It's a skill in being able to develop a fighter or a ball player. It's a skill in being able to to articulate and convey whatever instructions you're trying to give to them, and come up with proper teaching methods and drills and shit like that, to where they're able to grasp the information and saturate it into their brains and in their muscles, so they can come out when it's time for them to come out. That's a skill. That's definitely a skill, man. I'm not saying Roy Jones doesn't have that skill, but I am saying if I was a fighter, I wouldn't prefer somebody go to Roy Jones Jr. I'd say, go with Buddy McGurk. Go with Ismael Salas. Go with Freddie Roach. Go with John David Jackson. Go with Abel Sanchez. Go to Reynoso. Go to Derek James. Go to people along them lines. Go to Sugar Hill or Sugar Stewart. I mean, it's a Sugar Hill. Go to those coaches to seek guidance from. You dig? Because I think when you look at Chris Eubank Jr. and I don't think Roy is teaching him that. I honestly don't think Roy is teaching him to fight like him, because Roy has to know we're not gonna see another Roy Jones Jr. for years. I don't give a fuck what they're saying about Jaron Ennis. He's gonna have to prove that amongst the elites, and it's getting late in his career where it's like, bro, you about 30 fights in. You dig? Like, what the fuck is we doing? And that last performance just like, nah, my nigga. But we're not gonna see a Roy Jones Jr. reach to the peaks that Roy got to, for years to come, if we ever do. Nobody is, being, void of a jab. You intentionally substitute a jab for a lead left hook. Yeah, bro, that's not gonna get you far. You dig? Roy isn't the fighter that you will watch if you're coming into the sport and you're trying to learn the fundamentals of the game. That's not a fighter for you to watch. That's not a fighter for you to watch. It really isn't. It really is not, man. Nah, bro. There's a plethora of other fighters you go to before you go to Roy. And as we saw later on down in his career, after he lost that athleticism and that foot speed and that hand speed, he started getting punished and slid up under the ring. That was painful to watch. It's painful to watch to this day. You dig? But with all that being said, he's still the GOAT to me. So now when you look at Chris Eubank Jr. and the fact that, he looked the way that he looked, in all actuality, he didn't look bad. He didn't look bad. He didn't get, he wasn't as open defensively. He wasn't as much of much of a liability defensively when he was holding the middle of the ring. You dig? You hold the phone. He was holding the phone. He was holding the phone. He was jabbing a lot more. And he was controlling Liam with the jab. And off of the jab, you started seeing him step in behind the uppercut. You saw him doing really good work in there. You saw him doing real good work in there yesterday, man. So I'm not, I don't want to just jump out the window and say, nah, man, he ass as a coach. I don't want to do that just yet. I'll give him another chance, man. But I do feel like there's some shit that he should have caught. And he should have told, nah, you do not do that. You do not do that. In particular, I think Chris Eubank Jr., I think more so was trying to emulate his style as a way to pay homage. And y'all know I can't stand Chris Eubank Jr. But I just refuse to believe that Roy Jones was teaching him that. I don't believe that at all. I genuinely think that he was doing that shit to pay homage. He was doing that to pay homage. And you could tell, oh shit, damn, fuck, oh no, hell no. Let me get on that. But he was doing that to pay homage. And when you could, everything that he was doing, man, just, what really sealed his fate was him standing up on the rope with his hands all the way out here. You dig what I'm saying? Nigga, no, you're in a position where that's another thing. Roy was incredible off the rope defensively. Him, Canelo, and Floyd, them are some of the greatest to ever work off the rope. He was incredible off the rope. And he tried to do that shit. It's like, why are you doing that? You have your legs beneath you. The jab is working for you. Why are you not holding the middle of the ring? Why are you just standing there allowing this dude to, to take that step in? What the fuck is wrong with you? And he suffered the consequences of that action. So it's just like everything he was doing, I think, is him trying to emulate and pay homage to Roy. Like, yo, man, you the GOAT. I want to thank you for taking. No, my nigga, like, no, bro, you bugging the fuck out. You bugging the fuck out. So he caught that Axel from Streets of Rage uppercut, and it was a wrap after that. But I don't want to just jump out the window and say Roy is a bad coach. I don't want to do that just yet. I won't do that. Now I get it. It was, I think they said it was one of the girls who Delphine Persoon bodied. Roy was training her as well, and she wasn't looking good. I didn't see that fight, but she wasn't looking good, and she got, she got her head whooped. All right, you gotta hold that as well, Roy. But I don't know, man. I'm not there yet. I'll say Roy is not a bad coach, but he's too brilliant of a boxing mind to be a bad coach. Maybe he could teach on an amateur level. Maybe not. Maybe he just start from the Ami, start working with amateur fighters. Maybe even high level amateurs. Maybe even high level amateurs, and get your coaching game polished a little bit better from a professional standpoint. Maybe go about it that way. Before you take on another fighter, because a knockout loss like that's gonna be hard to come back from, especially due to the fact that you got that happen to you from a dude in his introduction fight into the division. That's gonna be hard to shake. And he hit you. He was hitting you clean, bro. I'm surprised you ain't concussed or nothing like that, man. He thought the fight was still on. That's how much out of it he was. He got up and was trying to walk over to him like, nigga, what's happening? After the ref waved it off already. That was gruesome. That was a joyful thing to watch. But it was brutal. That was a brutal knockout. So I ain't gonna just jump out the window and say Roy is out of there, man. Like he's a terrible coach. I'm not gonna say that, but I am gonna say we need to start making concessions about him being a fucking trainer. Maybe it's time to, dial back a little bit and let him do his, let him get back in the commentary. He was exceptional at that. But him as a trainer, maybe we do need this, let's take a step back and reevaluate this thing. Because you can get somebody hurt, fam. You can get somebody fucked up. And I don't want nobody to get fucked up. Well, some people I do want it to get fucked up, but I don't know, man. I did want Chris Eubank Jr. to get fucked up because just, dude is arrogant, man, and weight bullying and all that, man. But yeah, man, I don't want to jump out the window and say Roy's a bad coach just yet, bro. But that's pretty much how I feel about it, man. I'm outie. Deuces.